Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to our homestead. In this video I thought I would talk about getting ready for winter and what we do here on our homestead to prepare for the long cold winter. So I think when you think of winter, the first thing you probably think of is firewood, but sadly if you're preparing your firewood in November, then you're going to have quite a cold winter. Preparing for winter here starts back in spring when we chop the firewood, and actually we're probably chopping for the year after, not necessarily this year. It takes at least a good couple of summers to really season the firewood. We're a bit late this year, so this firewood is only a year old, but we started burning back in September, so it's a beautiful November day today. This is the first blue sky we've seen in about a month, I kid you not. And that probably signals that the temperatures are about to drop. This time 6 years ago we had 25 centimetres of snow on the ground. So people are preparing firewood now, but they're preparing it for the next year. So what's next? Well, the next thing, obviously preparing for winter doesn't happen on one day. You don't come out and say let's prepare for winter and then it's done. Most of the garden's put to bed now, obviously, but what we do is we've got 2 IBC totes which are normally full of water. Obviously our temperatures here, well, I say obviously, maybe you don't know, but they go down to sort of -30, so we need to empty anything to do with water. Needs to be emptied, and I've done that already. Not much left. Start working on some fencing to keep the deer out. That won't be ready this winter, and there's really not much left for them to take anymore anyway. So the second thing to do with water we've got, the sun's low in the sky, is on every corner of the house we have the barrels where we collect the rainwater. So what we need to do is disconnect those, empty them, and then those barrels will go away into storage, because otherwise obviously if they're full of water and they froze, they would split and they'd be useless. So, and then we put the gutters back on and the water runs away. There should be enough firewood in that firewood shed to last us the winter. Depends how cold this winter goes on for next spring, but we have got reserves here if we need more, and around the other side as well there's still a load of wood which is at least 2 years old. So plenty there as well. There's a second IBC tote which needs to be emptied. Greenhouses we don't really do much. Obviously that one we need to rebuild. Lots of salad to eat. This is lamb's leaf salad. Obviously because the ground freezes, all our dahlias we need to take out and let dry, and then we'll store them indoors. Looks like they've started growing again. Right. See this water barrel here, bath, we need to empty and turn upside down. So the beds we cover for winter, particularly the garlic beds, which are those two. We get deer. Well, you've only got to look here. The deer come up here and chew the top of the radishes off. These daikon radishes. Seem to have left. Not so keen on the turnips. Not turnips. Yeah, turnips. So this is all the choppings from around, all the trimmings we just put back on the bed and then let that break down, and it just puts a blanket over the bed really, and then the garlic on these two will pop through next year. So covering beds is really important for winter here. The other thing we need to do is, once the snow comes, well, we need to do it in preparation for the snow. Obviously there's nothing for the deer to eat, so they'll get very desperate. And we have a lot of fruit bushes, blueberries. We've got new trees. There's a mulberry. And now deer don't eat blackcurrant bushes, so we can leave those. But we do have two new pear trees. We've got a plum tree down there. I mean, they will nibble these low-lying apple trees, but I mean, that's not so much of a problem. So what we need to do is build cages around. Now, in days gone by, Latvians would have put Christmas trees, cut some Christmas trees down, which have got obviously the spiky foliage, and the deer really don't like the spiky stuff, so you would put the Christmas trees around, and then that would protect the apples and the small trees. So that's another job that we need to do in preparation for winter. So here's the wire protectors around the blueberry bushes. Mulberry bush over there. I don't know if you can see right over there. The tall one is one of the apple or plum trees. I can't remember what it is now. So that will perturb the deers enough, and then I need to do something for this plum tree here to protect that as well, as well as, I guess, just general tidy up really. We've got the cesspit, toilet cesspit, that's already been emptied in preparation. Last thing we want to that happen to is be full up and freeze, because it will freeze. Not a normal thing for us to do. So I've come back to the garden, I forgot to mention. So we've started clearing some trees. Obviously before winter is the best time to, when trees are going dormant, it's the best time to cut them down when there's less fluid in them, less water, particularly for using for firewood. But in any case, we have had our field ploughed, an extra part of the field to extend the garden. Not quite sure how we're going to do it yet. I mean, I think this part here will become part of the native garden. The fence will go around. The other part we'll perhaps use for crops for commercial use or animal use. Yeah. So that's us getting ready for winter. Probably, you know, it gives you a little idea of perhaps extra things you wouldn't need to think about, particularly in the UK, or the southern half of the States anyway. But things we've got some more firewood in reserve there as well. There's always lots to do, lots to think about. Leaves, we've already got rid of a lot of the leaves, but the rest of these leaves will be used as mulch around trees. It's more of an autumnal job, but trees will like that, appreciate that. Yeah, that's about it really, I think. A little insight into what we do to get ready for winter. Hope you enjoyed that little video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Tell us what you'd like to see on the channel. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed. Join us on the journey. Happy for you to come along. Leave a comment if you've got any questions. And I will see you in another video. Bye for now.